Balance is not a talent you either have or do not have. It is a trainable system that listens to practice. After 60, the messages between your feet, eyes, inner ear, and brain can get a little scratchy, especially after long days of sitting or when sleep is light. The good news is that balance responds to steady, gentle work. You do not have to chase extreme drills or stand on a wobble gadget in the middle of a living room. You can rebuild steadiness with small daily sessions and a home that quietly supports you instead of testing you. Think of balance as a conversation. Your eyes report what the world looks like. The inner ear reports which way your head is moving, and tiny sensors in the feet, ankles, and hips report where the ground is. The brain blends those signals and decides how to place your weight. With age, the volume of those signals can drop a notch. Practice turns the volume back up. We will use simple movements and practical home changes so you feel steady in kitchens, hallways, stores, and parks, the places where real life happens. Start by waking up the feet. Many people spend years in shoes that protect but also mute sensation. A minute of gentle foot rolling on a small ball, a few ankle circles, and slow toe spreads teach the nervous system to pay attention again. Warm feet feed better information to the rest of you, and better information is the foundation of steady steps. Imagine your first moments of the day as an on-ramp instead of a cold start. Before getting out of bed, flex and point each foot and draw small circles with your ankles. Stand and take a dozen slow steps in the room while your eyes and inner ear agree on the morning. That minute lowers the chance of a wobbly first step and sets a tone of deliberate movement for the day. Walking is still the best daily teacher of balance because it rehearses everything at once: posture, rhythm, foot placement, and the tiny corrections that keep you upright. Walk tall as if the back of your head were gently lifted by a string. Let your eyes scan the path ahead rather than the ground right in front of your shoes. Arms swing softly like a metronome. When sidewalks are uneven, choose a track, a mall loop, or a smooth park path so the nervous system can focus on rhythm instead of potholes. The way you place your feet changes the story your joints tell. Short, shuffling steps feel safe but can increase tripping. Practice a slightly longer step with the heel kissing the ground first, then the roll through the foot. If a particular surface makes you nervous, practice on it with intention on a quiet day. The brain stores those rehearsals and spends them later when you need them. Strength and balance travel together. Ankles, calves, thighs, and hips are the shock absorbers and steering system that catch you when the world surprises you. A few familiar movements: standing up from a chair with control, pressing away from a wall, drawing elbows back with a light band, are enough to build useful muscle. Muscle does not need to be dramatic. It needs to show up consistently so the body trusts it when a quick correction is needed. Posture is balance's quiet friend. When your ribs stack over your pelvis and your head rides above your shoulders instead of in front of them, corrections become small and elegant instead of big and frantic. A tiny reset several times a day helps. Lengthen the back of your neck, soften the shoulders, let the ribs float over the hips, and breathe out slowly. This is not vanity. It is physics doing you a favor. Eyes are part of balance, and they deserve training too. Pick a point at eye level and let your gaze rest there while you stand tall. Then shift your eyes to another point without moving your head. Later, keep the eyes steady while your head turns gently side to side. These simple drills retrain the coordination between vision, neck, and inner ear. so head turns in busy places feel less like a small storm. Your inner ear, the vestibular system, loves gentle movement. When you sit for hours, the signals grow quiet, and the world feels bigger when you finally stand. A few times a day, turn the head slowly like you are saying no, then nod like you are saying yes, keeping the movement small and smooth. Pair it with a soft breath, and you teach your system that movement is safe. Balance also lives in attention. Crowded stores, fast music, or a long to-do list can make you forget where your feet are. Practice short moments of single tasking. Feel the floor through your shoes, notice your posture, and take 3 slower breaths before you step onto an escalator or into a busy room. That pause shrinks the chance of a misstep when the environment gets loud. Home design can add steadiness without making your house look like a clinic. Start with light. Hallways and bathrooms need friendly, low-glare light at night. Warm night lights that aim toward the floor guide your path without waking your brain like a spotlight. Place switches where hands find them easily and make darkness a choice, not a surprise. Floors tell stories to your feet. Loose rugs and curled edges tell dangerous ones. Use non-slip pads or remove rugs that slide. Tidy cords away from walking paths. If a pet bed lives in a hallway, move it to a corner. Your future self will thank you in the language of uneventful nights. In the bathroom, water and smooth surfaces make sudden choreography. A simple grab bar near the shower entrance and another near the toilet are tools of independence, not admission of defeat. A non-slip mat on the shower floor, soap in a pump instead of a slippery bar, and towels within reach prevent many small dramas. Lower the need for one-legged balancing by storing the items you use at hip height. In the kitchen, make the safest move also the easiest move. Store heavy pots between hip and shoulder height, so you do not have to bend far or reach high. Keep commonly used items near the front of shelves. Place a cushioned mat where you stand the most, and let good shoes live in the kitchen for long cooking sessions. Balance is a team sport, and your environment is on your side when it is arranged kindly. Stairs become trustworthy when you practice them on purpose. Place your whole foot on each step and keep one hand on the rail. Look where you are going, not at your feet, and place the next step only when you feel your weight solidly supported. If you carry items, use a small backpack so hands are free. The goal is rhythm and control, not speed. Shoes are quiet balance devices. A supportive heel cup, a flexible forefoot, and a sole that does not wobble make every surface friendlier. Replace worn pairs before they start telling bad stories to your ankles. Slippers feel cozy but often fold underfoot. Choose versions with real support if you love them. Your knees and hips will notice the upgrade long before you do. Fear of falling is understandable, and it has a sneaky effect. It makes steps shorter and attention narrow, which ironically increases the risk. The antidote is controlled exposure. Practice in safe spaces, add challenges gradually, and prove to yourself that the body can still learn. Confidence is not bravado. It is the memory of successful repetitions. Breathing is balance's brake pedal. A longer exhale lowers tension in the neck and shoulders, which frees your eyes and inner ear to do their jobs. Several times a day, inhale through the nose for 4 seconds and exhale through the mouth for 6. Pair this with standing tall, and you will feel the small welcome shift from guarded to grounded. If you use a cane, treat it like a well-chosen tool. Hold it in the hand opposite the side that feels weaker and step with the cane and that leg together. A physical therapist can check the height in a few minutes. When the fit is correct, walks become longer and confidence returns. A good tool extends your independence. It does not diminish it. Getting up from the floor is a skill worth practicing on a good day. Start near a sturdy chair or sofa. Roll to your side, bring one knee under you, place hands on the seat, and push to standing with control. Practice this once in a while so it is familiar if you ever need it. Knowing how to rise calmly turns a scary moment into a manageable task. Dual task walking, moving while doing a simple mental task, prepares you for real-world distractions. Walk slowly in a safe space while you count backward by threes. Name cities that start with a letter or recite a short poem. If your steps get choppy, slow down, regroup your posture and breath, and continue. The brain gets better at sharing attention when you train it kindly. Reaction time matters. Practice short, playful drills that ask for quick but small responses. Stand near a counter while a partner gently tosses a soft ball for you to catch, or lightly tap your foot to a metronome that changes tempo. You are not trying to be an athlete. You are reminding your system how to respond smoothly when life surprises you. Uneven ground is a common villain, but it becomes friendlier when you introduce it in doses. Walk on grass or a packed dirt path when the weather is kind, watching the horizon rather than your feet. If a trail feels too ambitious, practice stepping over a small household object on a carpet while you hold a countertop with one hand for light support. Balance thrives on small, frequent invitations. Long, heroic sessions are less important than a dozen tiny moments when you stand tall, breathe slower, and place your feet with care. Each time you turn on a light, reach for a shelf, or step off a curb is a chance to practice the habit of deliberate movement. Habits beat willpower because they remove the argument. The body just does what it has practiced. Hydration is not glamorous, but it shapes how your brain and muscles talk to each other. A dry system feels foggy and slow. Keep water nearby, where you read or watch shows, pour water first at meals, and enjoy a warm herbal drink in the evening. When fluids are steady, attention is better, and the small corrections of balance feel easier. Sleep is balance maintenance. Deep sleep tunes the nervous system and repairs the tissues that held you up during the day. A consistent lights down time, a cool room, and lower evening noise support steady your steps tomorrow. If you wake unrefreshed or your partner hears loud snoring or pauses in breathing, ask about checking for sleep apnea. Solving it often steadies mornings. Anxiety can turn a simple hallway into a tightrope. Use a kindly inner voice when you feel the wave rising. Tell yourself what you are doing out loud. I am standing tall. I am placing my left foot. I am breathing out. Describing the steps brings attention back to your body and away from the movie in your head. Social movement is easier to keep than solitary movement. A short walk with a neighbor becomes conversation, and conversation reduces the background noise in the nervous system. Join a gentle class that teaches slow forms like Tai Chi, which blends posture, breath, and shifting weight into a moving meditation. It does not matter if you get the choreography right. It matters that you attend and let your system rehearse calm motion. Kitchen chairs, counters, and doorways are perfectly good equipment. Stand behind a chair and rise to the balls of your feet, then lower slowly while you keep posture tall. Hold a counter lightly while you step side to side like you are tracing a small square on the floor. Place forearms in a doorway and breathe as your chest opens. These small sessions fit into dishwashing pauses and kettle boiling moments. Mood and balance feed each other. When mood is heavy, posture droops and steps shrink. When steps shrink, the world feels riskier. Break that loop with sunlight in the morning, movement in the day, and a small task you can finish easily. Completion builds confidence, and confidence widens your steps. If you live with chronic pain, adapt the routine so it cooperates. Warmth before a movement often reduces the sting of first steps. Shorter, more frequent sessions calm tissues better than one long session that asks for too much. If a move pinches, reduce the range and slow it down. Relief grows from consistency and kindness, not from pushing through a loud signal. Outdoor surfaces change with seasons. Leaves, rain, snow, and sand can alter footing. Choose routes that match the day, and bring a walking stick if it adds confidence. Good shoes and eyes up make a bigger difference than any single exercise you could do inside. Balance is an everywhere project. Grocery stores are training grounds if you let them be. As you walk the aisles, keep posture tall and push the cart with soft hands rather than leaning over it. Place heavier items in the cart first so the load is low and stable. When you reach for something high, bring the cart close for support and step with intention. Errands can double as practice without adding minutes to your day. Crowded rooms ask for a different kind of awareness. Stand near a wall or a sturdy chair when you first arrive, so your inner ear settles before you move into the center. When someone calls your name, turn your whole body toward the voice rather than just your head. This keeps vision and vestibular signals aligned. A second or two of setup prevents a minute of dizziness. If you have a favorite hobby like gardening, music, or crafts, keep it by adjusting the setup. Use tools with larger handles, raise work to a comfortable height, and take brief pauses to untense the shoulders and circle the wrists. Balance is not only walking and standing, it is how your body organizes itself during the things you love. The way you breathe while you move changes your center of mass. Exhale gently as you stand up or step up. Inhale on the easier part. This rhythm anchors the torso so legs and feet can do their work with less wobble. Strong breaths paired with deliberate steps turn effort into a coordinated act rather than a scattered one. Home entrances deserve attention. Good lighting at the door, a place to set bags before you remove shoes, and a mat that grips are tiny investments that pay for themselves in peace of mind. If you have a threshold lip, paint it a contrasting color so your eyes pick it up without effort. Small visual cues reduce surprises. If you journal, include one line about steadiness, where you felt confident, where you felt wobbly, and one small change you will try tomorrow. Journals turn feelings into data, and data makes adjustments obvious. You do not need paragraphs. A postcard's worth of notes is enough. You may notice that some days feel light and others heavy even with the same sleep and meals. Hormones, weather, and emotion all nudge balance. Do not argue with the day. Meet it with the version of the routine it can accept. On light days, explore. On heavy days, protect. Progress respects averages. If you return from travel or illness and feel unsteady, restart with a familiar route and a shorter session. Let the nervous system recognize old ground before you ask for more. Confidence will rise faster than you expect when you pair patience with repetition. The body remembers former strengths when you invite them back. Group classes can be helpful when they emphasize safety and attention. Look for instructors who cue posture, breath, and slow transitions rather than speed and spectacle. Ask to observe a session first if you are unsure. The right class leaves you feeling cared for, not tested. Resilience grows in tiny experiments. Try carrying a light bag in your other hand on purpose to share the load and teach your body symmetry. Walk a different path to the same store. Step over a low object in your living room with a hand near a chair. Each experiment adds a bead to the necklace of steadiness. When family or friends ask how to help, give them simple jobs that protect your energy and attention. Ask someone to change a hard-to-reach bulb, to secure a rug pad, or to walk with you once a week. Support turns a personal project into a community habit, and community habits tend to last. Finally, treat balance as part of your identity, not a chore. You are a person who moves with intention, who arranges rooms to be friendly, who breathes longer on the exhale, and who practices steadiness the way a musician practices tone. This identity is not about perfection. It is about showing up. Steady bodies come from steady lives, and steady lives are built one calm choice at a time. Imagine a busy Saturday at the market. Before you step into the crowd, you take a slow breath, lift your posture, and soften your shoulders. You steer your cart with light hands and stand out of the center aisle when you look for something. You move in small arcs rather than sudden pivots. 10 minutes later, you notice your steps feel sure even as voices and colors buzz around you. That is balance applied to real life. Picture a rainy evening. The sidewalk is glossy and the air is cool. You choose a well-lit route with fewer curbs and keep your eyes on the horizon instead of the puddles. At crosswalks, you plant your feet, breathe out, and then step. Your shoes grip and your jacket stays close. The walk feels calm because you made a dozen tiny choices that favored steadiness. Consider the moments between chores. You pause at the sink to roll your shoulders. You stand tall while the microwave hums. You lift the laundry basket close to your body and hinge from the hips. These tiny acts are not workouts, yet they accumulate into a nervous system that expects stability and delivers it. Think of balance drills like seasoning. A little sprinkled through the day makes the whole meal better. You hold a countertop and lift one foot for a few breaths. You turn your head slowly while your eyes rest on a point. You sway side to side like a tree in a soft wind. When life asks for a quick correction, your body finds it without drama because you practice gently in quiet moments. Remember a time you stumbled and caught yourself. The save felt automatic. That was your body retrieving a pattern it had stored years ago. Practice refreshes those patterns and files new ones. You are not starting from zero. You are updating a library. Imagine a living room with small upgrades. Lamps at eye level cast warm pools of light. Cords run behind furniture. A favorite chair has a firm cushion and arms to push from, and a stable side table waits for bags. The room feels welcoming because it is. Safety does not remove comfort, it creates it. There will be a day when you feel wobbly for no clear reason. On that day, shrink the plan and aim for confidence. Shorter walk, more pauses, closer attention to posture, and a peaceful evening. Tomorrow you will likely feel stronger again, and the string of calm days will remain unbroken. If you help care for someone else, you can still feed your own steadiness. Do 3 slow breaths before you lift a bag or assist with a transfer. Ask for help with heavy chores so you preserve your joints and attention. Caregiving is a marathon, not a sprint, and balance is energy management as much as it is foot placement. Notice how music changes your steps. A steady beat organizes movement without instruction. Play a favorite song at a comfortable tempo during your indoor walks. Your feet will find the rhythm and your mind will relax into it, turning practice into pleasure. Over months, you may measure progress in ordinary victories, stepping off a curb without a pause, turning to answer a voice without losing your place, navigating a crowded room with a quiet mind. These are the trophies of balance training, and they look like a life lived on your own terms.